What will Darnell Washington be for the Georgia Bulldogs in 2022? We've seen him in the last 2 years pretty much just be, for the most part, a lead blocker. Is that going to continue to be his role, or will they expand it a little bit more this coming season? We know Georgia's got a huge tight end room. It is the best position group in the entire country. I said it right here. If no one else has said it, I just said it. And you've got the body of LeBron James in with Darnell Washington in your tight end room. What kind of impact can he really make in 2022 besides blocking? Ryan Clay from Dog Post here talking about the possibilities with Darnell Washington. Make sure you're checking out DAWGSTRUCTION. Make sure you're checking this out. I know I say it every single video, but you guys need to look at it. It's never too late to get it. Father's Day is rolling around the corner. All right, and this is a phenomenal Father's Day gift. When I gave my dad this, obviously I'm a contributor to this book, but when I gave my dad this, he thought it was awesome, big Georgia fan. So your dad will probably think the same, or if your grandfather, your son, who knows? Darnell Washington. All right, lead blocker. In 2021, he has 10 catches. He only has 10 catches. All right, on Georgia's offense, that's not really saying too much because, A.D. Mitchell, and he had 29 catches. Jermaine Burton had 26. All right, because Georgia spreads it around well, and they have a big running game, right? The roommate is showering. If you can hear the water noise, as I said, I'm in a dorm for the summer, so I apologize. I'm going to put my hand by the mic down here in case you can hear all of that. But Darnell, he has 154 yards, and he has the touchdown that came against Alabama in the SEC championship game. He should be a huge red zone target, and I don't really understand why he's just not that. The other day I came on here and talked about how great Todd Monken was, right? Well, here's my critique for him. You got to figure out how to involve Darnell Washington more in the passing game because he's a nightmare problem. He's fast. He's strong. I've hooped. I didn't hoop with Darnell Washington because I didn't want to get dunked on. But I've gone to Ramsey. I've played basketball with Darnell Washington, and or at least side by side. And I'm fumbling my words because I'm picturing him dunking right now. With ease, just with ease. The people that were playing him just gave up. He's a super athlete. 6'7", you're around 250, 260, 270, something like that. You're fast, you're strong. Technical, he needs to work on the technicalities of being a route runner and everything, and his hands could always use an improvement, but I think Todd Monken needs to involve him more because is he going to get double teamed or is he going to be open? I don't even know, because you can have Brock Bowers, you can have a 3 tight end set with him and Gilbert and Bowers out there at the same time, and Bowers is going to get guarded because he's one of the best college football players in the country. He was as a freshman. Gilbert's going to get guarded because of the hype, and he'll also be one of the best college football players. So then you've got Washington, who's 6'7", and he's going to be open against. He's going to be bigger than everybody else. And I think that they need to use all 3 of them in the red zone at the same time. That's just, I'm not an offensive coordinator, but I'd like to think I know football enough to know a couple ways to get Darnell Washington involved. It could be on a fade, it could be on a crosser, but Darnell Washington, I think, is a touchdown machine waiting to happen. And I kind of think, regardless of how good he plays this year, that he will be drafted in the 2023 draft because the potential, the upside, the physicalities. And he proved that he can play at the college level. Just not a big sample size as far as a receiver goes. Great lead blocker. We know that. He's going to continue to do that. But I think he's going to get drafted in the 23 draft. I'm not saying he's a first-round pick, but I think his name gets called in those 7 rounds. I think, what's that, over 200 players that get picked? He's going to be one of those 200 or so players that's going to the NFL. I'm going to tell you that right now because NFL teams are going to love having a guy like him out there. Now he needs to get healthy. Obviously, dealt with a lower leg injury. I saw him at the grocery store about a month ago. Was on the driving cart, had the boot on still. So that's not 100% as of a month ago, and I doubt that that's 100% now. But he is a guy. It's funny because I call Eric Gilbert a game changer, right? And I think that Darnell Washington's a game changer waiting to happen too. Both of those guys are game changers because Darnell Washington could be unleashed this year in a way that he hasn't. I think he should be. Willie, I don't know, but I think he should be. I think that that's what they have there. They have three elite they have three elite athletes at tight end, and Oscar Delp, go ahead and throw him in there because he's really good too. And that kind of completes your top four, your tight end room right there. But for Darnell, a guy that they can figure out how to get him involved, and I think he needs to be a red zone guy. We saw him be a red zone guy in the SEC championship. It was a little too late as far as the team goes in that game, but he should be scoring touchdowns. All right, one touchdown to me. Brock Bowers had 13, Burton had 5, and Ladd McConkey had 5. I mean, Darnell should have 5 or 6 touchdowns this year, in my opinion, because how do you can't double any of these guys because there's just another elite weapon out there that's not getting looked at, because you're gonna have to pay A.D. Mitchell attention, you're gonna have to pay Ladd McConkey attention, you're gonna have to pay Kyrus Jackson attention, you're gonna have to pay Kenny McIntosh attention. It's exciting to talk about this offense, and it's exciting to think about what Darnell Washington could be if Todd Monken, Kirby Smart, Stetson Bennett, they talk about it and they figure out how do we use Darnell Washington as a pass catcher more. Well, I think that's in the red zone, and I think Brock Bowers and Gilbert are assets in that because they're going to take away attention from Washington. That's my rant about Darnell. Make sure you're checking out Dog Post for all your insider info. Make sure you're checking out DAWGSTRUCTION with the link down below. I'll see you guys.